VOD services have changed the way in which we all watch video, with many factors supporting its huge growth. According to American information, data and measurement company Nielsen, convenience is a huge factor in watching VOD programming. 80% of its European audience watch it because they are gratified with the delivery methods and find it convenient. Binge watching, cost, and watching programming from multiple devices are also huge factors. Combining these factors mean around 2 out of every 3 European people are watching VOD programming for at least one of these reasons. Even with the wider options that TV broadcasting offers us, people still wish to have more on-demand options online. On-demand meaning as soon as possible or whenever required. 64% of consumers say they prefer to watch on a bigger screen than their phones, and around 62% of European consumers watch a VOD service of some form for their streaming. These stats illustrate how greater choice in how we consume TV has encouraged us to do more with the media rather than the media doing more for the audience, particularly younger audiences. The younger audience use media to gratify needs such as information, entertainment, interaction, or simple escapism by consuming, producing, and distributing content on platforms such as Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, and Instagram, among others. This convergence of making and consuming media is a phenomenon that will only grow. For example, Twitter gratifies the need for an informal sense of fellowship with strangers. Snapchat could be used to obtain emotional support, look for advice, or seek help from friends and family, while Instagram is used to shape our online self. These tools make today's younger audience more active rather than passive. They need to be gratified by looking up info or talking about it online as a way to question or analyze what they see. It's rare for today's youth to be passive, merely observing the content from examples like David Attenborough documentaries and believing what they are saying. A show that would encourage active viewership is Donald Glover's Atlanta. The show is directed by Hiro Mura, set in Atlanta, Georgia, USA, and written by Glover and an all-black writers' room including his brother Stephen. Glover deliberately selected people with no TV experience on his writing room, making the show more unique. Atlanta looks at the life of Ern, played by Glover, a homeless single father and college dropout trying to make something of himself by managing his cousin Alfred, aka Paperboy, an inspiring rap artist. He does this in order to improve his life for himself and for his daughter. American TV channel FX began developing the show in August 2013. The pilot was ordered for series by FX in December 2014 and later picked up to a 10-episode series in October 2015, premiering on September 6, 2016. The second season was renewed in January 2017 and premiered on March 1, 2018. Its popularity is due to its abandonment of direct political commentary. According to a personal quote sent to me by Ben Travers from IndieWire, the show doesn't feel tied to a single true line. The events of one episode had to introduce events in the next episodes. It wants us to provide commentary on an array of black issues, human issues, and issues directly related to the people of Atlanta. Sometimes it takes a while to form that trust with your audience, but Atlanta connected quickly and ran with it. Ben's quote sums up how Atlanta dismisses conventional narrative structure in a profound and thoughtful way. In a world where we are so used to seeing certain stories always end in the same way, Atlanta refuses to deliver what we're conditioned to expect. The stories we've been conditioned to believe in aren't accurate indicators of how our lives are going to go. Atlanta will not tie all the threads it begins. Life isn't so simple, so why should a TV narrative be? It also makes us rethink the categories that TV fits in. For a comedy drama filled with surreal moments is also very disturbing and sad at times. Perhaps these moments come from the realism of the show. Atlanta also follows that tradition of being another piece of pop culture that isn't concerned with appealing to the mainstream. It is more than happy to wait for the rest of the world to catch up to it. According to Levi Stratus, who explored myths in society that are widely held but not the wrong belief, the patterns that underlie myths are based on social structures that are based on binary opposites. Atlanta underlines that, showing their audience what it means to be a black man in America. Furthermore, the show leans more towards postmodernism due to its thought-provoking mix of realism and surrealism. Realism can be defined as the attitude or practice of accepting a situation as it is and being prepared to deal with it accordingly. The show relishes in portraying the realities of living in Atlanta. Paperboy's simple house interior, the hot weather of the city, and Ern's inconvenient work patterns make the city of Atlanta a character in its realistic self. Rather than going to the traditional story where good takes on evil and prevails to live happily ever after, the show frequently goes off topic from the main narrative. This is a huge FU to our familiar understanding of TV structure by not giving in to authority, therefore making the show postmodern. Having said that, there are some occasions where Atlanta goes back to the norms within its genre. Despite the realism of Alfred greeting a fan selfie with a bloody mouth, it does feel like a coming of age for Alfred. He begins to embrace his fame, following a dramatic storyline where he was robbed, attacked and lost in the woods. The same can be said for the scene in the final episode of robbing season between Ern and Alfred in the plane before they take off. Alfred realises that Ern saved him from trouble by planting his gun into someone else's luggage. Alfred's appreciation for Ern saving him felt like a moment where Ern finally won his respect. Surrealism is a 20th century avant-garde movement in art and literature which sought to release the creative potential of the unconscious mind. Atlanta uses surrealism very cleverly to put us back into reality by using the surreal to dispute the way we look and think about things, getting us to reconsider them altogether. For example, the Yoo-Hoo ads leads to a socio-political critique, which is a very Marxist thing. Other examples include the Black Justin Bieber, which makes us think if a black entertainer who acted like Bieber would have a career in entertainment. To conclude, Atlanta is a TV show that generally does not go by a traditional storyline. It also encourages active viewership due to its stance on postmodernism, and it could care less if it appeals to the mainstream.